Oil prices fell nearly 1% yesterday in response to growing evidence that United States production is rising, and as some investors unwound positions ahead of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC's first report on compliance with its deal to cut production. Global benchmark Brent crude futures were down 45% at $56.25 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate WTI crude futures were down 41% at $53.45 a barrel. This rise in U.S. activity comes just as some oil producers are reducing output to reverse global oversupply in a bid to prop up prices. OPEC and other producers, including Russia, agreed last year to cut output by almost 1.8 million barrels per day, PBD, during the first half of 2017. The group is expected to publish its first assessment of compliance with the deal yesterday. It was learned that compliance, according to OPEC calculations, was 92% in January, while the International Energy Agency said the rate was 90%. However, Kuwait's oil minister said that OPEC compliance was 92%, while that of non-OPEC producers was 50%. Four senior Libyan oil company executives were detained in Tripoli over an alleged fraud involving a $425 million offshore oil storage vessel, which only this week began working in the Bori oil field. The executives, whose names were undisclosed, are from Melita Oil and Gas, which operates the Bori fields that are a joint venture between the National Oil Corporation and Italy's Eni. The executives were detained by the Radar Deterrence Force, which alleged that they used their authority and wasted public money in the acquisition of the 120,000-ton, 329-meter-long storage tanker Gaza. The floating storage and offloading FOC vessel was commissioned in 2012 from the South Korean yard STX Offshore and Shipbuilding in an engineer, procure, install, commission, EPIC contract, typical of the oil industry, and that was supposed to be delivered within 36 months, but arrived last May at the Bori field, 120 kilometers off the coast. It has been installed and tested before this weekly loading. The first cargo into its It has been installed and tested before this week's loading, the first cargo into its 1.5 million barrel capacity tanks. Radar alleges that the contract price was inflated compared with the cost of other FSO vessels elsewhere in the world. It also says that though the Gaza was delivered 11 months late, penalty clauses for 5% of the contract value was not exercised. Moreover, it is being claimed that the cost of the project overrun by $100 million when the maximum overrun was limited to 10% of the total price. Radar says the men arrested include the chairman of the Operations Management Committee in 2015, the legal advisor, and the project manager, who it alleges was also connected with the original bid, as Gaza replaces the aging storage tanker. And stories from around other African countries.